Hello everyone and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today I'm bringing you an in-depth tour of a 2016 Lexus GSF. I'm bringing you this content from Guildford Lexus. If you're UK based and have any questions regarding this or any other of their models, please find their contact details in the description below. The GSF, with the F standing for the F Performance branch, is rear-wheel drive and has a naturally aspirated 5-litre V8 that produces 477 din horsepower and 530 Nm of torque. This output results in a 0 to 62 mph or 100 km/h time of 4.6 seconds and a top speed of 167 mph with an expected daily use MPG in the low 30s. It is 4,915mm long, 2,085mm wide, 1,440mm high and has a curb weight of between 1,790 to 1,850 kg depending on specification. There are 8 colours to choose from with this particular car in azure blue. There are 4 exhaust tips that protrude from the rear of the car. It isn't valve controlled, but I think it still sounds pretty good at high revs and produces a nice burble during idle. It is sitting on front and rear 19-inch forged up and under V alloy wheels with Michelin Pilot Supersport tyres. It has large 380mm ventilated Brembo Performance brakes in the front with distinctive orange calipers and 345mm at the rear. The GSF carries Lexus' angular design language well, with an aggressive front end and grille that ends with a gloss carbon strip, bookended by air vents. At the front we also find the L-shaped LEDs, an adaptive high beam system that auto-dims and directs the light to better illuminate areas or to avoid dazzling oncoming drivers. It features a vent behind the front wheel arches which helps to create a performance aesthetic and release hot air from the front end. This model has electrically adjustable and folding wing mirrors with integrated indicators and proximity sensors. This car has keyless entry signified by the small indentation to the door handle. The rear windows are lightly tinted. At the rear of the car there is a small lip spoiler made from gloss carbon fibre. The L theme found in the front lights continues to the rears. The key has 3 buttons, lock, unlock and to open the boot, and the Lexus logo on the opposite side. The handle pulls out in the standard outward motion, with the door feeling actually quite light and easy to manage with a very soft close. A lot of the car is handcrafted by Lexus expert Takumi craftsmen who need to be dexterous enough to create advanced origami with their non-dominant hand. In the interior we find Alcantara, leather, aluminium, carbon strips and a red semi-aniline leather seats. As with all my videos, I will show you a short POV tour of the interior before going into more detail. The door is lined in leather and Alcantara and topped with a gloss carbon strip. The door handle and seat memory settings are found at the top. Below this is the armrest with the electric window, mirror and internal lock controls at the front. At the bottom there is a speaker from the high definition 12 speaker system and basic door storage. The GSF is very easy to get in and out of. The doors open quite far forward and the sill is at a comfortable height to navigate. Rising up on the right of the steering wheel are the boot and bonnet levers, conveniently found together. Below the small carbon strip we find buttons for the traction control and external lights, and above, the first of 4 air vents. The vents are easily directed by pushing, pulling or lifting accordingly and are opened or closed using the slider to the side. There are components here that can also be found in the LFA, such as the screws on top of the dash. The electronically adjustable multifunctional steering wheel is upholstered in leather and wears the F Performance logo at the bottom and has the adjuster to its side. On the left we find controls for the trip at the top with torque below. On the right, more trip and cool controls. Behind are the aluminium gear changers, right for up and left for down. The GSF has very in-depth trip controls and driver screen options that are more advanced versions of those found in the LFA. The car has 4 driving modes: Normal, Eco, Sport and Sport Plus, which change damping, throttle response and gear change speed. These are cycled through using the centrally mounted scroller. Using the controls found on the left of the steering wheel to navigate, we can cycle through the trip menus: range, tyre pressure, gear position, sway warning, current MPG, torque distribution, a G-force meter, lap timer. On the other menus we find navigation, Bluetooth audio and driving configuration settings. TVD stands for Torque Vectoring Differential, which aims to deliver precise cornering ability and can be adjusted using the button in the central column and comes in 3 modes: Standard, Slalom and Track. This setting changes the amount of torque delivered to either rear wheel accordingly. The GSF has a clear HUD that can be turned on or off. The keyless start button is to the left of the steering wheel. This car has one of the largest displays I've seen in any car at 12.3 inches. As with the driver's screen, there is a large range of different options and features available, in addition to the standard nav, DAB digital radio, telephone and Bluetooth connectivity, which enables an in-car Google Street View service, as well as live fuel prices and traffic information, climate control and general setup. All of these are controlled using the central scroll pad and side enter buttons. The screen has been developed with tactile feedback to let the driver know when they have selected one of the options bordering the main menu. Below the screen is an analog clock. Under the clock is the CD player with its controls and the temperature and climate control below that. The numbers scroll rather than skip. There is a carbon plate at the front of the central column where we find controls for the heated and ventilated seats that can automatically function depending on the interior climate settings. In front of the scroller are quick select buttons. The GSF has an automatic 8-speed, single clutch sport direct shift gearbox that can change in 0.2 of a second. The driver can change gear using this leather upholstered shifter or the wheel mounted paddles. Behind the screen scroller are buttons for the parking sensors and rear blind. The red semi-aniline electrically adjustable leather sport seats are crafted using a special foaming technique and offer heating and ventilating features. The controls for these are found on the side. Into the rear. The doors are very much the same apart from having a small storage compartment in the armrest. There's space for 3 in the rear or 2 with an armrest. I'll also do a quick POV. The front seats were quite far back here, and there was ample space in the front with them in that position, so I imagine the rear would be fine for space with them moved forward. The foldable central armrest offers very good storage. Rear air vents exit from the central column and lighting is found above. There are 2 cup holders under a carbon lid in the front. The Alcantara lined armrest slides back to reveal good storage space with 12-volt and micro USB connections. The gloss carbon extends over the passenger side glove compartment. The official capacity of the rear boot is 480 litres with netting at the sides. Above and between the front seats are controls for the electric sunroof and reading lights. Both driver and passenger have illuminated sun visors with vanity mirrors. So that concludes my tour of this 2016 Lexus GSF, which is currently for sale at Inchcape Lexus Guildford. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, cheers.